Good morning. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the NFT Morning. Today is July 25, and we are recording right now the episode number 740-ish something. And for this episode, I'm not alone, actually. As you can see, we are in English because we have two super guests. We are with these two people actually. Hi Richard, hi Dirk, how are you?
Great.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Bonjour à tous.
Bonjour Paris, bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue.
Oui.
So hi, I just want to introduce, Richard, we had the chance to have you already at the NFT Morning. You are the founder of BNV, and basically the kind of introduce that as kind of the fashion metaverse. But maybe you can correct me to summarize in one or two sentences what is BNV.
I would say now we're very much more a platform and a series of protocols and an ecosystem for both digital fashion and physical fashion, because the things I wanted to sort of bring up today is around our coin launch and to show how that underpins everything that we've done in the past and everything that we're going to do in the future. So yeah, fashion as a whole, a fashion ecosystem which traverses both digital and the real world.
I see. So yeah, it's like an ecosystem, and on top of it, we have the chance to have for the first time, Dirk Lewitz. Sorry for the pronunciation and for my accent. You will say it better than me. So, Dirk Lewitz.
Luth. You can say luth. Luth. Like
Luth.
luth. La luth. The
La
instrument.
lutte. Dirk,
La luth. Yeah. Sounds
it's
like that.
perfect. It's like for during Olympic Games. Actually, it's good to talk about it. You are the founder of one of the, I would say, OG metaverse, Upland. And so you started with the metaverse journey, but it's much more than just the metaverse right now. Maybe you can tell us a bit more about what you guys are doing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe just a quick, we started indeed, the company started 2018. We launched Upland in early 2020 to an open beta. And what was very unique when we launched it, actually, we launched it on mobile, right? So on iOS and Android, very untypical for blockchain applications. Because from day one, we said, okay, we want to make it really easy for users to get onboarded. And, because I saw that, treating with wallets and so on, that can be very complicated for a mass market audience. So when we think about that, when we say mass market audience, also means you can easily sign up with an email and password. And you can use actually fiat currencies to go to on-ramp, right? You can use PayPal or credit card or, of course, in-app purchases, or you can also use crypto. Also, what's very unique is that you can sell all the NFTs, which we have in Upland, come to this in a second, for US$ to other players. Like this, between the players, they already sold to each other for over $50 million NFTs. In total, we minted over 6 million NFTs so far in Upland. And I think we are by far the largest mobile metaverse, at least we can say that. And we call also immersive gaming platform. So what is Upland? So Upland is basically, we were inspired by the game of Monopoly. Again, make it easy for people to understand, because I've never met anyone who doesn't know Monopoly. And what you do is actually, we've opened up so far, the last few years, 30 cities around the world. You don't have to be in those cities to play, right? And then you can go into a city and purchase a land based actually on the parcels of the real world, right? So and very much like Monopoly, now you can start collecting properties with the same properties on the same street, and then you actually increase your income on those properties because you earn a little, a small income just for the pure fact that you're owning it. So that's how we started, right? Obviously, we started out in San Francisco. Later on, we opened up New York. Currently, our first international city was Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, of course. Then we had Japan. We've opened up in Berlin. But I come to a very special opening in a second. What else can you do in Upland? So we added much more features and so-called game loops into it. So first of all, you can do what we call treasure hunting. You can do car racing in Upland. You can become an entrepreneur in Upland. You can run your own so-called meta venture. where you go and actually can go sell your digital items to other players, or from the NFL Play Association, or from FIFA. So we were actually, when you want to get to the goal from, okay, maybe for the French not so nice, but to the goal of the World Cup, right? That's where you can get that goal as a video NFT directly in Upland. And so we've been doing that. Those partnerships. We have partnerships with UNICEF, many others, for quite a while. What we've also did is we introduced actually our third-party developer platform. We can now connect any third-party app to Upland, right? It can be a Web 2 and a Web 3 application, and our users actually can manufacture items for that app in Upland, and then they can actually go and actually use those items or assets also in the other world, or they can bring back assets from the other world. So which makes it, of course, the truly idea of the open metaverse. And that's a little bit another hat I'm wearing. I'm also co-founder, currently chairman of the Open Metaverse Alliance for Web3, oma3.org, where we actually allow, where we want to bring forward interoperability. So that's maybe in a nutshell. Of course, we have many, many more features. But one last thing I want to highlight is our community. We have a very strong community, which is a big event in Las Vegas, where people from all around the world flew in, from South America, from Australia, from Japan, what have you. And they actually can go into Upland and connect there, right? We had actually also, like what Richard is doing, that Brazilian fashion show there. We have we have virtual cafes, we have movie premieres in Upland, and we have some other games, especially when we're looking at the Olympics. We'll talk about that in a moment, I guess. All right.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you very much for the introduction. So today, actually, today I'm super happy to have both of you there, because I would say we have at least like 4 big alpha / announcements in this space this morning. On one hand, I come directly into the topic, but Upland launched your own token yesterday, and you, Richard, with BNV, you are announcing right now that you will launch also your token that will be released in August. So first, two things, on 2 tokens that are launching, and we will talk about basically how to get them and what's going on and what is the utility. But also, both of you have 2 other big announcements. So yeah, on one hand, you mentioned, Dirk, that you opened several cities, but so far Europe is I don't know if you get any city in Europe before.
Yeah, we have Berlin open so far, right? In London, and Birmingham in the UK. Yeah. And we've also opened Porto, because we have a partnership with FC Porto. Mm-hmm.
So basically, something is happening in France, and you will be in France next week, for a good reason. It's because you will open Upland in Paris. Paris, come on. We will talk about it a bit more. I think it's something super nice, and you will explain that. But it's something important for the game. It's something important also for the importance. That of course you are proud of pushing Europe and Paris on the map. So super excited about it and to see what's going on. On your hand, Richard, actually you made this deal with the ApeCoin community, a partnership basically, to launch the first Ape Battle Royale on Telegram. Am I right?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good summation.
So you deserve some applause. We started with applause. So yeah, all the crowd is so I'm super excited about it. We know that you are checking a lot of dots basically. ApeCoin right now is they're launching their own blockchain, and a lot of things are happening with them. Telegram gaming is also kind of a big meta, for this new cycle. And so yeah, I feel like it's a good moment to do this kind of initiative. And battle royale, I think I would like to know a bit more about it, but it looks pretty exciting. So yeah, we have a lot of topic to talk about actually. Just I would like maybe to just talk all together, because it's about this token topic. Dirk, you launched yesterday. You launched yesterday your token. This is called, if I'm not wrong, oh, sorry, no, I forgot. What is the name of the token again? Sorry.
It's called Sparklet. You see actually the logo in the background. Here's Sparklet, yeah.
Exactly, the Sparklet. So yeah, maybe you can just explain and tell us a bit more about it.
Yeah, sure. So Sparklet is actually a token which we've launched almost 3 years ago, a little bit more, less than 3 years ago in the app already. And Sparklet is a utility token, clearly utility token. So as I mentioned, we have different stakeholders in the Upland app, right? We have the players, we have entrepreneurs, we have creators, we have brands we are working with, and the third-party developers. All of them, they need Sparklet, to interact in Upland. So what do need players the Sparklet token for? So they, for instance, they need to, when they want to build a house in Upland or a structure on their property, they need to take Sparklet and stake that. And the more they stake, the faster they will build their house. And since we're very social, right, you can also stake for your friends if you want to help them to build their house faster, right, or whatever structure they have. Then also for manufacturing. So as I mentioned, we have the meta ventures where people can sell digital goods. But in order to manufacture those digital goods, right, we have this so-called no-code and NFT minting tool. And then people can, but they have to use Sparklet for that in order to actually then mint what we call digital map assets, right? So maybe a virtual swimming pool or something, you wanna put out there. So that's one big notion. Then you can also we have also this third-party developer platform. So we have a third-party developer who developed a Sparklet exchange, where actually people can take UPEX, which is our other currency in game, but only in-game currency. They can stake that, and then they can take Sparklet and stake that, and then get some UPEX currencies. But they need the UPEX currencies to buy NFTs. But the Sparklet is, as I said, is a resource token. They need that also in the future. You will energize cars with it and so on. So there's tons of utility, which was also very important. And we only launched it in app years ago.
Actually, it's interesting because you started with utility. It means that it was a token that was off chain, and basically the big move is like turning this to an ERC20, right?
Yeah, so actually it was always on chain, but it was only in the app. So our users were not able to trade it, right? And what we did now we have a bridge, and now people can bridge it out, in and out, right? And to an ERC20 token. And now the ERC20 token, they can go and now trade on external exchanges. So we just actually not even 24 hours ago we launched actually the token, right? Which is on ERC20. So and on the exchanges we did the listing. So yesterday at 1 p.m. UTC, the first exchanges listed the token. But what's very important, we already have 140,000 token holders. So what is always very important for us, we don't want to come out and just with the white paper say, well, in the future we're going to build that. And we said, no, we already have it, right? So which just makes it quite compelling. So also when you look at the most of the distributions actually with our players, right? So we never sold the token or raised money with the token from investors. We never gave it out to the team. It's truly community token, right? Which so the majority, if I get the number right, I think 60-ish%, 70-ish% are owned by the community now when, as we launched the token, right? So which makes it very compelling. And then we launched yesterday on BitGet. We have a strategic partnership with BitGet, right? We do a lot of things together with them. Also, they're going to create their presence in the metaverse. So they acquired Treasure Island in San Francisco. They're going to do stuff there, and people can, actually BitGet users, they can get additional properties on this island, when they bring in their Sparklet into the app, or into the platform. They can win a car, right, which we have. So there's a lot of things going on with BitGet. We also launched on Gate, on Maxi, and on HTX, right? And then also we have there's also DEX now live, where actually we have a quite high trading volume.
Wow, it's a big move. It's a big move. Super, super exciting and interesting. And I like this approach, like basically really like, yeah, working on utility first and then, make it tradable later. It's kind of a, anti-speculative move, for your token, and be sure that first, player own it before anyone else, right?
Yeah, that was so important for us, right? So because obviously our player, they will always, demand more tokens, right? Because they need it actually in game. Because we have people who are, who spend a lot of time on Upland, right? So we are quite confident, that there will be constant demand for the token, right? Also, we're creating, of course, more incentives. We have rewards, and where we allow. Currently, I think you just showed it. We also have currently an airdrop. We call it maybe airdrop game live, right? Where it's connected when you connect your socials to it, especially of course Twitter or X, right? Where you have to fulfill certain tasks, right? And then you have the opportunity to earn more tokens. You're mute.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, we have this information. I just wanted to ask you, Richard, because also, I just mentioned at the beginning that the FASH token, FA $SH, will be released also in August. Before we are coming to this point, I just wanted to, remind people BNV activity, because we had the chance to have you. I think it was maybe like 2 years ago when you launched BNV, and then I had the chance to follow up, with your activities, during NFC in Lisbon, and see, you guys have been starting to develop a lot of partnership in the world of metaverse fashion gaming, basically. Maybe you can just give a picture of what is BNV today and what are your activities, and explain also, of course, why you're launching this token right now.
Sure, and actually, I align very much with Dirk's philosophy and plan. Is that we've been, we launched BNV as a company. The company was founded in 2016, but we launched our first platform in 2021. So we're very old when it comes to this space, the things that we've been doing and building. But we also we had our plan for our coin well over 2 years ago. I would say 27, 28 months ago is when we did our first tokenomics model. And also very much aware that we needed to have real use cases before just launching a coin. Because 2 and a bit years ago, you could easily raise money through a roadmap on a napkin. But what we wanted to do was actually build something that works and which functioned, which was where we decided to focus. And MeID, which we launched at the beginning of this year, which is our, if you like, it's our infinitely customizable avatar and wearable system. So if you log into this, and we also were very conscious to make it very accessible to people outside of Web3. So anybody can sign up. You can see it there with Google, Discord, Twitter. If you have a wallet, even better, because then you get all the extra bonuses. But essentially, it's designed to be both mobile and browser first. And then once you're in, then you can actually use the tools that we provide, which is around the avatar system, the wearables, PFP, music, art, all of these things which can be implemented into this into our ecosystem. I can see you're exploring maybe for the first time, John. I will go to Visage first, because unless you have a PFP in that wallet, or you've linked a wallet, then it's probably so click the Visage button up on the left, and that will take you to the more customizable face, and choose Visage below. And then this gives you the options where you can select we've got text to image, stable diffusion, we've got presets, we've got color pickers, but more importantly, there's a whole bunch of wardrobe elements which can be used there. Some of them are on-chain, some of them are off-chain, and that's where we bring all of these elements into play. Now, if we talk about the Fash coin, we developed the Fash coin to be the thing that underpins what we're doing here. So not just as an in-game or an in-app utility token, but also something that can be applied across the whole concept of digital fashion, and also the world as well. So that's the key part. So we've been doing very similar to what Dirk was doing. We've been distributing Fash points, we call it Fash cred, both within our Discord and within the app now for almost 14 months. So our 120,000 odd users that are of which I think around 22 to 24,000 are quite active, have been earning and accumulating Fash for that period. And going back to where we can make it very simple. You've got the sound on there. That's great. Our users will be converted to smart wallets just after our TGE, so everybody can then, who's onboarded through Google, through Twitter, they don't have to have worried about a wallet. They don't have to have any concepts of wrapped ether or seed phrases or markets. They will just already be into the ecosystem using the Fash coin. And I can empathize and sympathize with everything that Dirk's probably been through over the last few months when it comes up to listing. Talking to exchanges is not always very easy. And we're going through the same process, including many of the ones that you mentioned. But we're getting pretty close to the thing there. And we also have an airdrop program. But I think the key thing with our airdrop is we're not making it open to anybody. Again, we want to engage the people that have already been a part of not just BNB and what we've done. So that's the users, that's our G2 holders, which we've done, John, with you, with NFC Lisbon. We've done one with NFT Factory. We're an Animoca portfolio company, so we've done it with various other entities within that network, including Mochaverse, including Dance Fight, including Metaki. All of these have these. Oh, there we go. This is my favorite, actually. I really like this one, the Nova Visal. Now, the interesting thing is anybody that owns one of these is able to claim Fash through the airdrop portal, which will be going live next week. And if you scroll down on that one, if you don't mind, John, it gives all the benefits and all the perks of the particular thing, including the airdrop that we did before and all the different benefits that come into play, including our Season 0 Fash airdrop. And we'll be launching a claim site next week. And you just come in. If you own one of these, if you log in your wallet, it will tell you how many Fash you're able to claim for the airdrop. But also, just to quickly add on, what we've done is, I don't know if you've come across them, but we're working really closely with a company called Open Closet. And with Open Closet, we've identified just over 1 million wallets that have been engaged with digital fashion, whether it be as collectibles and wearables, but also on Ethereum, on Polygon, in virtual worlds, and in gaming. And we've identified and graded all of those wallets so that anybody that's previously owned anything to do with digital fashion has an opportunity to claim for airdrop. So what it does is makes the airdrop available to those people that are actually interested in digital fashion and virtual worlds, and not just bots and farmers that want to come in and get free money.
Okay, Richard. So yeah, it's a massive airdrop that you're working on right now, and so I believe also this airdrop, will be firstly tradable on the maybe decentralized exchange, right?
Yes. So the way the claim works is once you check your wallet, if you're eligible, and there's different tiers depending upon where you come from and what you've done. There's 3 different tiers. You will be able to basically get a free mint of a token, which is a Fash coupon claim. And then after TGE, you'll be able to use that coupon or those coupons to then convert it to the Fash coin. So it's another way of actually extending the conversion so that we don't also end up with a massive amount of tokens being issued straight at TGE. There's a process that people have to go through to be able to get those tokens and then to be able to get on an exchange and trade them. But we hope they don't trade them. We want them to hold them because there's so many more things that people can do with the tokens. And that's really where we're focused with our foundation. And that's probably another conversation because we'll probably run out of time.
No, but that's interesting. But just to know, technically, so two things. First, so the token, so the idea of the token is also to be able to trade different digital assets with this token, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. And technically, as we have a lot of people, of course, following us who are members of the NFT Factory or who have attended NFCs the last few years, so they may own, one of these beautiful virtual headset. Technically, they will need. Is there a specific date already, or it's still to be defined?
It will probably be, if everything goes smoothly, Wednesday or Thursday next week.
Wednesday or Thursday next week. So really early August, maybe something like 1st of 2nd.
The obvious thing to do, I would recommend to everybody, is just follow us on Twitter, and then we'll be updating as we go on there. So we have a final test tomorrow, and then we're going to do some extra testing over the weekend. And it's very important that these things run smoothly. So I want to be sure before we say it's live that it actually is completely smooth. The one thing you have to make sure these days is anybody that's claiming or minting or trading anything, the process has to be super slick, and we want to make sure that we maintain our reputation in doing that.
Of course. And so this is the token, and I think it's of course, a token for both of you, actually, it's a big step in the journey. For you, Richard, of course, it means that now it's materializing a bit more the link between all the activities you are doing at BNV, right? How do you see 2024, 2025 going? What is the main objective of BNV right now with this token?
It is very much about building or enhancing the ecosystem that we put into place. So the beauty of having a token is that you can actually do so much more with that. That it actually has the ability to make some impact and make some difference. And that's really what we're focusing on. So our objective over the next 6 to 12 months is what we've been doing up until now, but enhancing that by bringing more brands into play, bringing more partnerships into play, making sure that we're building a way for people from Web 2 to come into Web 3 in a really simple, smooth, pain-free way, because that's the only way we're going to make a big difference, is when we've got lots of new people coming into the space. And that has to be done through smart wallets, through simple processes, and giving them reasons that are relatable to them. Because if you start talking crypto acronyms to people from Web 2, they're just going to go, not interested, too complicated, don't understand. You've just got to do things where people can have fun. In our case, it's about co-creativity and lining up new partnerships and brands and bringing them in that way.
On board the masses, on board all these people.
We can all go round and round in circles as Web3 people going, hey, aren't we great? Aren't we fantastic? But we need lots and lots of people in this space, and they're only going to come into it if it's done in a nice, smooth, efficient way. So that's our real focus, and that's bringing a lot of real-world brands into play, partnerships that people will understand and believe in. And our season 0 is the airdrop, but we will have season 1 and season 2, and within each of those seasons there'll be different collections where we can embrace and bring new people into the space. But really long term, it's about, I want to use crypto for good. So my background, John, as you know, is from the fashion industry. I came into this world of Web3 from the fashion industry, 3 decades plus of experience. So what I want to do is use crypto and use Web3 and use digital fashion to actually make an impact in the fashion world. Because the fashion world, the way it exists at the moment, is wasteful, it's damaging, it's inefficient, and it can be so much more if we use the tools that we've got. And I keep using the term crypto for good. There's this huge opportunity to make impact through what we're doing, and if we can get people involved in a way, we can do it in a way that they can actually get their adrenaline rush of fast fashion
Yeah,
in a digital format, and then give something back.
I see. I see the idea, and I think this is what I love in this Web3 space. We are dreamers, and we want to change the world and I think this part of basically, yeah, I really believe that a lot of solutions to save the planet will come from our people, because we try to create impossible things, and some of us will make it happen. And as actually as we have a lot of topic to talk about this morning, we have also to talk about this Telegram battle royale that you are launching, Richard. But before that, I wanted to come back to you, Dirk, and just understand also what's going on, because you are going to Paris this
Yes.
weekend, I believe, and you will be in Paris next week. Actually, you lived in Paris and tu parles français, and so
Oui, oui.
uh, so what's happening with Upland and Paris? When is this opening? When this opening will happen, and what can we expect from here?
So I'm leaking something. Probably our PR department's not going to like that a lot, but I'm going to leak it here in the show. So we announced that we will go to Paris and Upland, one day, but we didn't say when. But now, I can say that we're gonna announce it a little bit later today. But but here first, right? So we're gonna open up Paris on August 1st. Yeah. So that is super exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
a lot of things are happening next week. Awesome. August 1st. So it's the official opening.
It's the official opening of Paris, and we're going to do a lot of things a little bit differently. It will be super easy, especially also for new users, to travel to Paris. Because what is an Upland? Usually, you have to take a virtual plane from New York to get to Paris right now. But we make it much more easier for the users to get there and to acquire a property there. Most importantly, also we announced a partnership with Sandbox. Also, we're gonna bring that forward. We're gonna have a special quartier or neighborhood in actually, as we all know, Sandbox headquarters is in Paris, right, in the Enfant Rouge. That's in the 3e arrondissement. So there will be 467 exclusive properties for Sandbox or for landowners, which they can claim in Upland. So that's so we're gonna have do a lot of things around that partnerships. They can have we have a design competition where people can actually design properties the way they should look like, and then they're going to be part of the Upland map. Also, we're going to open up a starter city, because Paris is not going to be a cheap city like in real life, right? Because we have some association to that. So, but we are going to open up also Saint-Denis, right, where especially new players can play around and can understand actually how Upland works. And as we all know, it's I tend to say the summer games, which are happening in Paris as well. And we're going to have some special stuff around that as well. That means because we have a game which is called Track Hero, where it's really a fun game. People have to go into a virtual stadium, and then you have to run a track and field, right? And you have to compete against others. But it's not just running. Others can throw stuff at you. We call them disruptors, right? And make it harder. And so we're going to have some competitions there. It's going to be very much fun. And the nice thing about it is that people can go into the stadium and watch other people running, right? So that's we already launched that in Qatar in the Lusail Stadium, where the World Cup final was. But we want to also do that in Stade de France. And what is very unique is I have to see now. We have tons of monuments and landmarks, right? Because Paris is so special, historic.
Yeah, when you create a new city, and this is why also it's a huge job. It means that you are creating all the key assets, I would say, in 3D for the cities. You are recreating kind of more or less, I would say, the neighborhoods of the city, and with to give the idea, you are recreating a virtual version of this city. So this is a huge work, and so this is why you can visit the monument, you can play different mini games inside of the city, and so yeah, a lot of things will happen. Is there kind of a momentum? So I would say, let's say on Wednesday, August the 1st, can we have is there an event, an opening, and something that is happening at this moment?
Over there, you mean? Yeah. So I'm going to meet in Paris itself. So we're going to have actually a community event in real life, let's say it like this. So everyone who wants to come on Monday at 5 p.m. in a bar called Elise, or go to our website, right, where we have also the details, or in the app, right, or for on Discord channel, or right. So we're going to announce it there. I'm going to be there in person, and happy to answer all questions and have a drink with everyone. It's more casual, right, just to be together and to celebrate the upcoming Paris opening.
Awesome. So if you are in Paris, just follow, and you can contact. Basically be in touch with you, meet you, and meet the community there. It could be a good way to be onboarded also in the community, no?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's exactly one thing we're trying, right? So if you want to go to our Discord channel or follow us on Twitter, where we have, see that on the top right here, the side, no, other side, always get confused. And so where you can actually, see the latest news, but especially on Discord, also you see where everything's happening and where to come to that event on next Monday.
Wow, this is super exciting. This is super exciting, and I believe it's an important step in Upland. So yeah, that's a big news. Before we jump, I think I want to, I'm really happy actually to have both of you in the same space right now, because I believe when people are talking about metaverse, sometime they feel like because of the bear market and because of the hype and etc. Everybody's saying, a lot of people saying, yeah, metaverse are dead, blah blah blah. It's something for 2021, and it's exactly what is happening right now. We can see, you guys, it's different stories, but you've been fighting. You're still here. You're still building, and you're still developing new concept. Of course, adapting yourself, launching the token, doing more activations, going maybe sometime out of the metaverse to do more. Do you think it's part of it's the key of the success, Dirk? To I would say adaptation to survive.
Yeah, no, that's for sure, right? You have to do that, right? It was a tough market. I mean, there's no hiding. 23, I mean, 21, 22 was crazy in terms of growth, and metaverse was, everyone was talking about it. And unfortunately, things, when they always get overhyped, right, and they drop again after a while. But we've always tried to avoid the extreme hype. I give you a story. In 2018, when we found our URL for the website, we called it upland.me for the metaverse, right? and in the first 2 years or 3 years, I said to our marketing team, hey guys, we cannot really use the term metaverse. No one understands what it is, right? And then 21, Mark Zuckerberg created that video. And of course, now everyone thought they knew what the metaverse was, right? So let's say it like this. But to be honest, I think we are just on a path of getting there. The stuff Richard is building is great, right? And we will always contribute more things to it, right? Also, I don't believe that you can just create a 3D room and then let just people go when there's nothing to do, right? It just doesn't make sense, right? You have to entertain people, you have to engage them, right? So I think we're on the path. We will have more technology coming our way. We know that Apple is building Vision Pro. Meta has his Meta Quest. So metaverse doesn't mean, by the way, necessarily it's virtual reality that you have to wear a headset all the time, right? So Upland is mobile first, right? So when you think about it, so it's many more other things, nuances to it, and we're on the path to the metaverse, right? So I think it will stay for good, and especially when you think about it now, I always talk about the magic triangle, right? So everyone's talking about AI, right, which was the biggest darling the last 2 years, but I think metaverse, AI, and blockchain, they're all going to grow and play very nicely together, right? When I say magic triangle, what I mean with that is, when you now go and use AI and create digital goods, because earlier, was only available for a small portion of people, right, who understand Photoshop or Blender. But now you can use your voice to create something. Hey, draw me a dog on a surfboard or something. I don't know, whatever, right? And so, but you use AI for that. So that's the first piece. Then you actually use tool like an Upland, right? A no code minting NFT tool, right? So you put it on the blockchain, so you truly own it. Yeah. And then you use the metaverse to show it, to play with it, to brag about it, whatever, right? So this makes a great combination of these three technologies. And of course, everything is still in its, childhood shoes here right now, but that's going to grow up eventually. And people will spend more time socializing in those virtual spaces. They will make real money. In Upland, we have, as I mentioned, we have people who made over $15 million, right? Between all the players already. So there is, this new wave, because we have jobs going to be replaced in because of AI in the real world, but there will be new jobs coming in the digital world, and which makes me super excited, about the future, what is going to happen with these three technologies combining.
No, that's super interesting, and I think it's beautiful to see, because you're mentioning also Sandbox and the partnership, and you guys, you know, yeah, all the many of the people are still there, and they're still creating, some exciting exciting project. And I believe, Richard, you believe the same. Of course, we just saw, when we saw it live, the AI, your prompt based out, yeah, basically skins generator, if I'm face generator, basically. So
That's one part of the AI. But I totally agree with everything Dirk is saying. And I think part of the problem was always the world jumped onto whatever the narrative was at a particular time, and then most people got swayed by one video or one image, and that's the metaverse, or that's NFTs, or that's AI, and then actually it's this nebulous thing, and you have to sort of go back to Snow Crash, and sort of it's just this interlinked digital world, and it's not defined by a headset or Mark Zuckerberg. It's all of the bits that a new version of digital asset ownership, and trading, and virtual experiences can bring together. And we're still, everybody keeps saying we're so early, but we were really early in 2021, and it was a crazy, crazy time. And I think, thankfully, a few of us have stuck with our original visions and our original ideas, and focused on the concept of an open metaverse and having asset ownership and interoperability and ecosystems and economies. And I think that we're getting closer and closer to that. And that's what I'm excited about more than anything.
Yeah, and for me, this is why it's important to have many of you all together in a way. And I think this is why also this is what you are, I believe, talking about, Dirk, with the Open Metaverse Alliance. All the concepts of Web3 metaverse work at the moment. You have several metaverses working together in a way, because otherwise, the digital ownership does, based on blockchain, does not make sense. If you want, the only where it makes sense is having the ability to go outside and to have long-termly, ways to get this communicating in a way. I won't talk about something too complex at full interoperability, but to make it more simple, at least having bridges, connection,
But
and you.
John, that's where coins can make a difference. Because if you have a listed coin, a coin that can be bridged, it can be traded, then you have the ability. People could earn Fash, but spend Sparklet. If you can build the links and the bridges, people can actually, without fully interoperable around assets, meaning avatar meshes, rigging, logins, but you can actually use multiple coins in smart wallets to be able to be engaged in multiple ecosystems at the same time. I think interoperability through coins is a really important thing.
I think also,
yeah.
So what
I
we're
believe,
trying to,
yeah, just no, please finish. But I know that you have to leave at 10 a.m. also, and actually we're a bit late. So yeah, maybe you can just also conclude before you leave, Dirk, and then we'll finish together, Richard, if it's okay with you.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, with what we're trying to with OMA 3, also what we're doing at Upland, when we say we have this open, third-party developer platform where people actually can go and use the assets in other worlds. That's a first step, right? And that's what I think when you want to go, when what Web3 is really doing different, because we have Web2, we have games like Fortnite, Minecraft, all these games already, and we know that 60 or 70% of the players today, they're playing those games which are 6-7 years and older, right? So nothing really new has appeared in this space, right? Because of course can try to create a new game, but but it's always very hard. So you need to have a different value proposition. That's what Web3 is bringing to the table. It actually changes, the view or the focus. Instead of being, being platform centric, what Fortnite and so on. So they try to keep you in the walled gardens, right? Web3 is all about being user centric. The ideal version, that's what we're working on OMA 3 and other spaces also, is that users actually can go and take their assets, their identity, the tokens and what have you, with them and reuse them in other games, right? They don't, it's challenging because obviously games look differently, they have different visualizations, right? The assets have maybe different metadata, right? Let's give you the example of a car, right? Maybe you drove a car in Upland and you used it and it's used, right? But then when you go now to Sandbox, right, or elsewhere, right, then what does it mean? Is it damaged? Has it the same damages, right? Does it have the same mileage on the odometer? All these kind of things you need actually to take care. But if we can fulfill that vision, that's the big vision of the open metaverse, right? I think that is much more beneficial to all the users instead of, that they always get locked into one walled garden. And that's where we all on Web3 have to work together. And what Richard just mentioned, tokens, is, I think, very important aspect of that, right? Make the players, make the users stakeholders of the overall ecosystem. That's what tokens do. And then give them the tools, to really easily move around and be in control of their assets.
Totally makes sense. Now, I really wanted to thank you, Dirk, for being with us this morning. Just to remind everybody, so you can follow actually Upland and join the Discord to see and maybe even meet Dirk in Paris next week for the community meetup that will happen on Monday. You can also actually follow, of course, on the platform the opening of Upland, of the Paris city in Upland, that will happen on August 1st. And so finally the token also will be tradable on Bitgate, Gate, and other platforms, I believe, very soon, right?
No, it's already tradable. We launched it yesterday.
It launched yesterday.
No, we launched it we launched 18 hours ago or so, right? So it's just just very fresh.
Okay.
I'm going to jump in and buy some
Congratulations for this, Dirk. So thank you very much. And so see you very soon, and see you on Upland in the Paris game, basically.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Richard. See you, and John. Thank you for having me. Yeah. All right.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. And so basically, Richard, I just wanted to finish also with this other big news, that you wanted to talk about, is this battle royale, this ape battle royale game.
Point out that this is nothing to do with the battle.
Yeah, this is why I'm zooming on you right now, to show, it's gonna happen on Real Ring or something like this.
This is my MMA. All I was trying to do was emulate Tour de France. I was trying to be Pogacar and went too fast along a stretch of road and hit a bump and crashed onto my face. So, but yeah, Battle Royale is what we've created. It's powered by ApeCoin, so we've got sponsorship by the ApeCoin DAO, and we actually set this all up a few months ago. But we've been holding it back for the right reason and the right timing. And the timing is we wanted to come up with a way where we can get more and more people, because although it's an ape coin battle, ape style battle royale is what we call it, ASBR. And if you go into MeID and register and join up an account and just do the drop down menu for ASBR, you'll see all the items that we've created that you can dress your avatar in. So that includes anything related to BAYC, MAYC, plus Meebits and punks and all. There's all sorts of items there. There's probably about 50 different items that are there. Some of them are open, anybody can access. Others, you would need to own either a single ape coin or more, or any of the Yuga Labs IPs. If you register with MeID using one of those wallets, then you can use any of those points. Now, also, you can use, I know what you were playing with earlier on, John, with the helmet. If you have a PFP from any of the top 250 PFP projects, you can use that in MeID. You can put it into your face, or you can wear it on certain outfits. And all of this is about creating a look and a style. And the ape style battle royale is based around you as a user coming in, creating a look, using these assets, and then submitting them to the contest. And the way the contest is worked, so people are entering now. I think we've only launched it very quietly. I think we've got around 500 entrants already. And then when we push it out on August the 5th, what will happen is it will go onto our Telegram mini app. So there will be a game on Telegram, and once you've submitted, then anybody else can come in and rate your look. They can rate your style. You have to flex, and then you can tap and assign flames, and then whoever gets the most flames gets through to the next round. So there'll be 100 winners on that game, which go along with 28, which will be lucky draw from our 8-coin G2 headsets. So they're still available on secondary market. If we launch them, you can still go in and you can still register for one of those 8-coin headsets now, and there will be a mint coming up soon. And 28 of the lucky owners of that will get through to the next round. Gives us 128. Then there will be a face-off, and that will go down to 64, and then to 32, and then to 16, and then to 8. And in each of those stages, we're going to bring in different guest designers and different products and different things that we'll go through, all being driven through the Telegram mini app and social sharing, and leading up to, and this is the big one, a $50,000 US prize pool. So the top 8 will be sharing a prize pool split between Fash and 8-coin, and those top 8 will go through to a final contest, which will, I mean, if everything goes smoothly and Paris becomes cheap again after the Olympics, we're going to do some event in Paris in the last quarter of this year, where we will announce the winners and distribute the prizes. So there's a huge prize pool, and it's all about creativity. It's all about style. You don't have to be an 8-coin holder to take part, but if you do, you get extra advantages.
But so basically, it's like a first season that will end at the end of the year, where you can get the prize pool, basically, right?
Correct. Yeah. So we'll get down to the final 8, and then we're going to have an event, like I say, more than likely in Paris, where we'll do the announcement of the winners and distribute the prize pool.
Awesome. So yeah, the best way to play basically will be to follow, I would say, BNV on Twitter and wait for the link, and that basically you will drop the link to the Telegram game, I believe, when it's released. So as soon as it's ready, you will do it, right?
Yep, that's absolutely. So August the 5th is our target date for the Telegram mini app. We'll update everything on there, and then before the end of the month, we'll have the claim site, as I was mentioning before. So anyone with the NFC Lisbon, NFT Factory, or any of the other things that we've done, or if you've owned digital wearables in Sandbox, in Decentraland, if you had something from Gucci, from Balenciaga, anything that's been done in the past 3 years on
Adidas,
any of those things, as long as it's in a wallet, or you need to delegate a wallet, just check when our site goes live next week, and then you'll be eligible for Fash airdrop. And that brings you into the ecosystem. You'll become part of our foundation, because our foundation is the future. That's where we'll be distributing Fash and doing good.
This is awesome. I love it, Richard, and it's always a pleasure to have you at the NFT Morning. It's super inspiring. and we've been talking about it. We know, and especially with your with your current hurted face, it's a fight. It's a big and we are here, we are here to fight, and we can see now that, yeah, step by step it's going more interesting.
I'd love to come back, John, with some of our. So one of the things that we're doing on the foundation is what we're calling the green lane, and the green lane is whereby we'll be distributing funds from the foundation to support real world fashion industry projects. So things that are either doing something in the digital sphere or improving the fashion industry or repairing the damage that it causes. And we've got a lot of people, some of which I'm sure you'll know, because some of them are based in Paris, who are from the fashion industry, but with a particular focus on compliance and ESG and ethical sourcing, all of these things which are really important, especially with the, let's say, the over-reliance we have on very fast fashion. And I think it's a really important thing that we can show to the world that Web3 and crypto can really make a difference. It can have an impact on things. And it's not just something that people are scared of or don't understand or think it's a scam.
That's super in the idea that we want to see the Web3, basically. So yeah, thank you for this, Richard. And I hope we can see you soon in Paris also. I know you are used to come to Paris to organize crazy parties also. So yeah,
I unfortunately, because after this injury, I did my back. I couldn't get to Lisbon because I messed up my back with another incident. So I had to cancel my trip to Lisbon. So I missed.
You live a dangerous life, Richard. Actually,
man, I'm too old. I'm too old to be doing all the things that I'm doing. I'm taking too many risks.
But really, thank you very much, Richard, to be with us. So for everybody, again, you just need easily, you can go on the homepage, ib.bnv.me, will be displayed again, and with all the information, and also just follow BNV on Twitter, and be ready, for the airdrop and to follow, the launch of the Fatch token. Thank you very much, Richard. For everybody following us, actually, we will stay in the, I would say, gaming world, and I would say at least in the Animoca family world, because tomorrow we'll have the chance, to have with us an Animoca backed company called Motoverse. I don't know if you know them, Richard.
Yeah, very much.
And so basically, you'll know they just acquired also a studio in France, and so it's becoming something more important. And so we'll be with part of their team tomorrow morning to talk about everything they are doing, and especially one of their new game called Cosmic Royal. So have a great day, everybody. Enjoy the beginning of the Olympics in Paris. Enjoy basically all the airdrops that are happening and all this new token that has been released. And just good morning.
Bonjour. Au revoir.
And
happy. Good morning. Really happy.